Well, this Hanson, number 37 on my fancy playlist of July 25th, 2004. A grown up handsome. I keep saying handsome. Well, they were handsome lads, no doubt about it. But Hanson, Penny and Me, the name of the song, and lovely little record, almost sort of borderlines country, a cross between pop, folk, and country. Hanson, they just, boy, it's kind of tragic what happened to Hanson. Let's go back to the spring of 1997 first. They had that huge hit, Bop, which was a nod at the 50s with the doo-wop and the Bop, and the nod at the 60s was a fantastic bubblegum record. And Where's the Love back in the summer of 97, which was a homage, almost a homage of the Osmonds back in the early 70s. And then they came out with, I believe it was a slow record if I remember correctly, and I can't read my chicken scratch. I wrote down the name of the song. I Will Come to You, I believe was the name of the record. And that went to number 9 on Billboard's Hot 100, number 9 or 10. In 2000, they came out with another record, but didn't do as well, called This Time Around, which had shown a little bit of maturity. But the bubble gum they did with Bop and Where's the Love, it was so refreshing to me because it was almost like an antidote to the gangster rap and hardcore grunge. And here you got this not so much 50s, but late 60s, early 70s bubble gum being funneled between these two extremes. But I gotta tell you something, a boy band. The boy bands are just cursed. They're cursed from day one. The phenomenal success that a boy band has is a double-edged sword. There is something about a band that appeals to mainly 13 and 14-year-old girls that does not get any respect from their peers. Hanson was just phenomenally huge. I remember seeing their books. There were books about Hanson, fan books at bookstores. 1997, 98. But when the backlash came, it came fast and it was severe. And I knew the backlash was coming. When I was watching Bop, what a fantastic pop record it was, I knew the backlash was coming from the hard rock fans and even beyond the hard rock fans. They're going to really burn Hanson's. They're really going to burn them. And that's what happened. And by 2004, they just really couldn't get much traction. Although Penny and Me went to number 10 in England, and it did very well on the Hot 100, the sales chart on Billboard. Although I'm not sure how it did on Billboard's Hot 100 itself. Actually, I'm not sure if it even charted on Billboard's Hot 100. Penny and Me, this is really touching. Now, Hanson, Isaac, Taylor, and Sack. The Penny and Me is a song about Hanson's father. Had a Hanson's father, their father, he worked with this guy. This guy had a crush on a fellow co-worker named Penny. Big time crush. He wrote a song. This guy wrote a song about Penny. He composed a song about her, and he sang it at a work party. Completely just zonked out. He was drunk. I guess that was the only way he could work up the courage to sing about her at a work party was to get drunk. But it was a very touching thing. Very touching. Just found out about that. Now, here's another thing about this song. Penny and Me, produced by Hanson and a guy named Danny Krochmer. It's Kortchmar. I'll pronounce it as Krochmer. I think it's Krochmer. Danny Krochmer was a in-demand session guitarist back in the early 70s. He played on Sweet Baby James by James Taylor. He played on Tapestry by Carole King. If you read the credits on Tapestry by Carole King, it is likely you'll run into Danny Krochmer's name. Played guitar on that album. He also worked with Linda Ronstadt. He played live with her. He recorded with her. This guy was big time. Big wheels. The album is called Underneath. It was their third album. And now let me go to that album real quick. There's a couple of things I want to point out to you about this album. I mean, they pulled out some big guns on this album, and I'll explain. They got a song called Underneath, written by Matthew Sweet. Remember Girlfriend, Sick of Myself? Matthew Sweet. contributed by Matthew Sweet underneath, and Lost Without Each Other. Another cut off that album written by Greg Alexander. Greg Alexander, the lone man of New Radicals. You Get What You Give back in late 98, early 99. One of my favorite songs out in the 90s. Well, he contributed a song to that album by Hanson. And I guess that's all I got to say about this album. Actually, I guess that's all I got to say about this record. It's a shame about Hanson, though. This song deserves another look. It's a nice record. Penny and Me. Number 38 on my fantasy, no, number 37, up one from 38 on my fantasy playlist of July 25th, 2004.